Hey guys, Charles from Haltz Boots here, and today I'm going to be discussing why I think Nike and Adidas have been super lazy. So recently, and by recently I mean the last 3 to 4 years, I've just felt that Nike and Adidas have been pretty lazy overall with their limited edition and remake boots. I've just felt that although we've had some pretty cool remakes and some really nice boots and some cool limited edition stuff, it feels lazy overall. It doesn't feel like they put enough effort, enough time. Some stuff just feels thrown together, just slapped together, and hey, here you go. And I really just feel like they could do so much better. With Nike's remakes, and remakes mostly being for the OG fans of older football boots, the long-term collector supporters, it just feels like they don't really listen to what we want. There's been a couple of kind of close calls of what we really want as a remake boot, but overall it just feels like it's kind of been hit or miss. And as for the limited edition boots, I feel like we get some cool stuff, but it also feels like they're kind of just lying to us. Like, is this really limited edition if you sell 10,000 pairs? I mean, it's like loosely limited, but to be honest, I just think they could do so much more. So what I'm qualifying as limited edition is basically anything that just has said limited edition on the box. Sometimes Nike will say LE, sometimes in drops on social media and on websites it'll say this is limited edition even though you don't see it on the box. So basically anything where you see limited edition or hear limited edition is what I'm considering limited edition today. So one of the things recently that's kind of irritated me is the box that Adidas has been doing. In Nike as well, you've seen just a lot of silver boxes, or for the World Cup was kind of cool, they had like a bronze-ish color for all those boots, but overall we're just kind of seeing the same thing.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further into this video, make sure you check out our website, haltzboots.com, where we have tons of boots ranging from retro to the newer models. So head over there, use discount code YouTube for 5% off your next purchase.
So this is the limited edition box for the 94 Plus remake, which was just the Predator Edge Plus with a leather upper. And it really just, for a 30-year-old like limited edition remake, you'd think it'd come with something so much cooler than this. Now maybe in 2024, when it's legitimately 30 years, then we'll get something a bit better and something a lot cooler, and maybe it'll be numbered and everything, but just like a plain white box. This is the same white box as the leather F50 remake. This is the same box as the Battle Pack F50 remake, the new 99 gram leather like speed portal boot that they just released. Like, they've all come in this box, and I'm not asking that every single pair have its own box, but when you're doing limited edition stuff, I kind of want it to be something cooler than just the same old thing. So I do have the box for the original Battle Pack F50s that came out in 2014 for the World Cup, and I know the World Cup's kind of a more special event, but this year we really didn't see any crazy boxes, even for the Adidas boots and the Nike boots. And this is just kind of stuff we got back then, and it was just so much cooler. Like, even these just the black spots or lines or whatever you want to call them, they have like, just, if you can see here, just it's textured. Like, it's not just the plain box all the way through. Like, it's textured here, you have the logo there. Like, I know there's only so much you can do, but this is just kind of stuff I'd like to see more of. Even if we look here at the Memory Lane F50, this was the Nike Sports version, it still has its own flair to it. It is a drawer style box, but it does have this F50 design here. You have the green on one side, blue on the other, to represent the mismatched F50s that it comes with, and it's just still a nice touch. This was back in 2020, but we kind of started to see the decline after that. Here for the 1971 remake that Nike came out with last year, maybe a year and a half now, it is still the simple Nike box, but it does kind of have a bit more of an homage. It kind of gives it that beat up look, even though this is a brand new box. Has the OG like Nike print on top of the swoosh. So, I mean, this is kind of nice, but it still just feels a little bit just, I don't know, just lame. And I promise I'll stop talking about the boxes after this one. We do have the Marvel collab X Ghosted box, and it still has kind of like a comic book feel, but can we just do something more? Like, yes, I get you're collabing with Marvel, but it is a different colored box, but it's still the same. Like, can we just get something cooler? Something else that has been bothering me, and another reason that drove me to make this video, is just the designs of boots lately. I recently saw a leak for the new 25-year anniversary Vapor, I think it is. I'll put the correct term in a picture of what I was talking about up here, but I just think it's lame. You saw at the World Cup, Mbappe's signature Superflies. It's just a Superfly with the France logo on the heel. It's nothing special. I mean, can we get something cool? You're talking about Mbappe, one of the biggest players at the tournament, and he just gets a boot that's somewhat special? Like, come on, Nike, you can do better than that. One thing you've seen recently too is these Frankenstein boots. Now the Phantom Venom Ultra is a cool boot, but it's 3 different boots. Phantom Venom and the Ultra, do we really need this? You could just make it its own boot. We don't need it to be based off the Phantom GT, the Hyper Venom, and I mean, I guess it's cool, but if you'd have just done another type of Flyknit boot and just called it whatever Flyknit, I think people would have bought it just like they did with the Flyknit Ultras. Like, I don't think it really matters that much. And you even saw it with the Predator Copa X, or I think it was like the Pred Copa X. What was that boot? I mean, I saw it leaked way before it came out and I just thought it was fake, and just looking at it, like, what are we doing? And the boot that I can really back up my statement on is these brands being lazy is the Predator LZ remake. This remake could have been so cool. I don't really mind the Predator Edge sole plate. It's okay, it's nothing special, but when you have a boot like this, it's just so thick. This is an original pair. It's not the same colorway, but it's the same style and the same upper, and you can just tell, like, it's a thick boot. Like, nobody wants to play in a boot like this. I haven't really seen anybody in these boots or anybody talk about these boots. I know they were discounted for a long time. Like, it just wasn't executed properly. The argument there could be, yes, the sole plate's a lot wider on the Predator Edge than it is on the LZ, but use a different sole plate then, in my opinion, because you've taken what I think is a really insane boot and just trying to turn it into crap, just like a thick like marshmallow boot that I personally wouldn't want to wear. I don't even think if I'm gonna lace up in these, to be honest. And when I talk about not servicing the fans, Nike's actually doing this relatively soon. A lot of collectors, a lot of boot aficionados that I know have been screaming for a CTR remake the last 5 years. And Nike's finally giving us one in June. I think it's a CTR 3 or 4. And my only real complaint with it is, why did they wait so long? I know the CTR hasn't been discontinued that long, but for the amount of people just absolutely screaming for them, it just kind of made sense to me to make them earlier. And I don't know if they're numbered yet. It's kind of hard to tell. We might not be able to really find out until they drop the boots come June or closer to release time, but Nike really hasn't even been numbering their boots lately. And that's the last topic that I wanted to discuss, really, is just the lack of numbering boots these days. I personally enjoy having numbered boots and limited edition boots. It just kind of lets you know that, yeah, there really is only 800 pairs or 500 pairs or 200 pairs worldwide. It's kind of nice knowing that you have one of these specific pairs, but they don't do it anymore. A few years back, I met a guy who owned a soccer store, and we talked for a few hours, and he kind of told me about how Nike and Adidas will kind of wait and see if a boot sells out immediately. They'll go ahead and make more almost right away from the factory, and then they'll try and push it back out again. So you'd see a lot of these kind of quiet restocks of like a sought after boot, usually like the whiteout boots, the blackout boots, any limited edition stuff that wasn't numbered, and they would just kind of re-add it. And I get it, like, you want to make more money as a brand, but why can't you just make more? You know it's a boot that's going to sell, so why waste our time, really? I was never one of the guys who collected the CR7 colorways, and they're cool boots, but it just wasn't for me. However, it was really awesome to see that most of those pairs were numbered. You do have signature colorways, a lot of the Dream Speed boots, a lot of CR7 colors, but those weren't really his limited edition stuff. His limited edition stuff was all numbered. So you see some of these guys in their collections that have every single one of the limited edition stuff, and it's just kind of cool, like the ones that there's only 300 pairs, 400 pairs, 1,000 pairs, you know, it kind of puts a nice touch on it. One of my only pairs of numbered boots is actually my Dazzle Tiempos. I have a pair of 238 out of 888, and it's just kind of cool. The way I've seen these on the resale market, I definitely think there was only 800 and whatever pairs of these made. So it's just again kind of nice to reinforce that. One of my other pairs of numbered boots are my 1971 remake boots. I have one to keep and one to wear, just haven't gotten around to wearing them yet, and something pretty strange happened when I was looking at them when they arrived. So there's 1,971 pairs of these boots total, or at least that's what they said, and each pair was numbered in the right boot. So in this right boot here, if you can see, we have pair 308, and then this pair here is just not numbered. It just says Nike where the number's supposed to be. So I don't know if I got a sample pair or maybe a pair that was supposed to be sent to a pro or what, but it's just kind of an example of what is going on. Can we not try harder? Can we not figure this stuff out? Can we not get our stuff together, give the fans what they want, and give proper releases? I know it seems like I've been complaining and belly aching a lot this video, and that's not something I really meant to do, but I just feel like it's something I needed to get out there. And no, just because I'm complaining about this stuff doesn't mean I won't buy more of these limited edition boots, the remakes. I still actually enjoy them. I even still wear my F50 Ghosted remakes from 3 years ago. They're good boots. I just, want something more. I want more from these brands and to kind of service us who have been supporting them for year after year after year. buying their Copas, their Tiempos, their Vapors, their X's, you know, can you just help us out a bit? At the end of the day, will these brands really listen to us? Who knows? I mean, we can only do what we can and ask them, hey, can you just make us what we want? And when we all know what we really want, Tony Cruz boots. But anyways, so thank you guys for watching this video. If you could please drop a like and subscribe, that really helps us grow. And let me know down below what your thoughts are on these limited edition boots. Am I just complaining too much? Could they do more? What else do you guys want to see made by these brands in the future?